Hey everyone.
Welcome to another episode of the Radium Girls. Today we have a special episode. It is my girl's birthday over here.
It's my birthday.
Yes, we have a birthday month.
Yes. It's been birthday month.
True.
Yeah, it's my birthday as you can see.
Yeah,
Our lovely
you
sloth
decorated.
friend here.
Oh, it's so cute.
It is so cute. Um Today's story-ish is going to be multiple stories. It's going to be real life ghost encounters like that I've experienced.
Yeah, with your
and
girl.
Huh?
I said with your girl, not me,
Yes.
her.
I'm pretty sure one of them I've talked about before in our Meet the Host episode, or
Maybe. You might have mentioned a few sometime.
yeah, I think I've mentioned a few sometimes,
Yeah.
specifically that one, but I can go into more detail if I don't think I've gone into full detail on it, right?
I don't think you've gone into full detail on any of them. I don't think on the podcast anyway.
Okay. So we'll that's what we'll be doing is I'll be going into detail on my spooky ghost stories. They follow me everywhere.
God.
So
Did you see my snap? Probably not. My
But-
car is haunted.
oh no, I didn't see that.
Oh, well, it
You
is.
sent it to me?
I'll put it on like my story.
Oh.
My car is haunted.
Let's get in the mood here.
Yeah, go ahead. It's been doing that, and I'm like, why is it doing this?
So cute. Yo, my girl's so cute.
Ooh, look at her and her strawberries. It'll go to like different things and just like click.
Touching you. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and it did it. It did it some more. It was going fast.
Why?
Freaking at your house.
Oh yeah.
Haunted.
Very.
Haunted.
Yeah.
Oops.
I guess you got a DJ or something that
I got you.
was like scratching. I just like as soon as I said that I started doing this, I realized that we're recording and I'm getting ice cream.
Oh, yeah, we got some birthday shakes. But before we get started, I got a little something for you. It's
Aww.
nothing big. It's just
Aw.
something a little cute.
Okay.
One of them you probably won't understand
Okay.
even when you open it.
Okay.
I mean, because
God.
I looked and they didn't, it's not like put together. Dang it, that made us go blurry.
Oh no.
Alright. E.
Ooh.
That's because you didn't have any more.
Yes.
After we broke them, I got her it's a tiki thingy.
Thank you. And it's my favorite color combo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the combo. Got the combo.
Yeah. My two favorite colors.
It was all dusty.
Look at this. Oh, it's this another one.
I forgot to take off all the crap.
Oh, I don't
But that
care.
one I got from Amazon. Not that
It's
one.
not
This
scented,
one.
huh?
It's a citronella one because you got mosquitoes.
Well, yeah, but citronella stinks.
Let me see.
But I can't smell it.
Oh, it smells a little lemony.
Ooh, probably like eucalyptus.
Don't read this.
Oh, I mean, I already saw it. That's okay. But that is so useful.
Look, I was in a rush. I was scared you were gonna call me again. Someone
Okay,
was
so these
missing.
are little lights. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
and
can you
it's,
see what they are?
Huh?
Can you tell what they are?
They're solar powered.
But can you tell what they are?
Mushrooms!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! How cute!
I got her some. They have little thingies that you stick in here and you stick in the ground. And they're solar powered. And I think they're multicolored, so
Oh, so
it'd be
like.
cute. So yeah, got you outside of stuff too.
Oh,
But I guess your
thank
mom did
you.
too.
Yeah. Ah! I'm dropping all the sticks. Thank you. Now I gotta
Don't
figure
drop
out
the
if I
sticks.
want them in the front so like other people can see them, or if I want them in the back so I can see them more.
I'll put them in the back.
Yeah, I'm like I'm in the back a lot more.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Love it.
So we can party.
Yes. Like the candle's really pretty.
It said
Oh, you can't
mid-century,
even
and I was
see
like,
it.
"Ooh, I love mid-century."
Mid-century.
That's what the paper said.
Well, thank you, thank you.
You're welcome. Now to bring it back down some.
Yeah, we're gonna bring that energy back down.
Make it spooky. I'm scared, honestly.
And I'm wearing mushrooms today.
It's very mushroom today.
Wait, why am I putting my...
What are you
Hold on. I can't think. I'm wearing mushrooms.
Yeah, her mushrooms.
All right, are we ready to begin? Okay, I'm not even sure how to start this.
One stormy night.
Oh, and stormy night. So, I guess just a little history about me. Like, I grew up with my mom and my dad telling me ghost stories, and I do know I said that in our Meet the Host episode. So, if you haven't seen that episode, just a little bit there, FYI. So, like, I've always believed in ghosts, and just this always fascinated me. I guess I just like I don't know, I was really drawn to death and like the whole concept of the spiritual realm and all that stuff. So, and it's gonna get a little weird in this episode, but bear with me here.
You're gonna
So-
get to know her.
Yeah, yeah.
What if you talk? Did these all happen at that house?
Some of them do.
I was gonna say maybe you can give the history on the house or something.
My mom's house,
What?
the one that
didn't
burned
you-
down. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I said that because it was her house. Like,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the house that I grew up in was built, I want to say in 1991 or 1992. I think I was 9 months old whenever when we moved in there. My mom moved in there, but my great grandmother built the house with her sister, I believe. And if I'm wrong, Mama, just correct me in the comments. But I mean, I was 9 months old, so. But it was a 3 bedroom house, 1.5 bath. We had a garage and eventually closed the garage in, and it was just like a small little house out in the country in the middle of nowhere. But this house was built on Indian burial ground, and I mean, pretty much anywhere you go is like considered Indian burial ground. But I mean, you know, there's certain spots that's a little more religious than others. You know, it can get scary. I don't know why I keep saying it's killing me. Anyways, so that house was haunted, or so I thought. And then I do believe, well, I actually still think that house was haunted. But I believe that spirits attached to me from that house and have followed me all my 30 years of 31 now years of this life on this earth, huh?
It's a portal.
It is, yeah. I feel like it was a portal. So, anyways, some of my earlier memories of like experiencing ghosts was this top hat man. He was like a black silhouette figure, and he wore a top hat, kind of like Abraham Lincoln. But you couldn't like see details of his face or anything like that. It was just like an apparition of this black top hat man. Sometimes you kind of got like darker vibes from it, but most of the time it was just like, I'm here, you're here, we exist in the same space and we're in different realms or whatever. I remember like my bedroom was off of the hallway. Well, all the bedrooms were, but my bedroom was this way off the hallway. And when you walked straight through my bedroom, there was a full body mirror up against the wall. And so if my door was open and you look towards my room, you see your reflection. The mirror was right there. So, am I saying it wrong? Weird?
So the mayor.
Mirror. Oops. Anyway, so we had in the opening of the hallway, like it's kind of like, I guess, picture it like a T-shaped, but the stem of the T was like the living room. So it was like the hallway was like this, and then there's a wall that separates. I don't know how to explain it.
You should draw a picture and I'll put it up.
Oh yeah, I'll draw a picture. Can I draw on this? Like, anyways, we'll draw a picture and put it up. But I was standing in the middle of the hallway, in front of the heater, and just looked over to my right towards my bedroom because something told me there. I was probably standing at the heater for at least 10 minutes warming up.
Standing.
Standing. Yeah, and something told me to look to my right, and as soon as I do, I see the top hat man was standing there in front of that mirror, and then he just walked into my closet and just disappeared. So I like was like this, and I went like this. And I took like a step forward and then like another half step forward, like slowly, and then just kind of bolted to the couch. And I was like, that was freaky. That's probably like one of the earliest memories I have of the Top Hat Man.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hitting my mic. Um, and my sisters have seen him. My mom, I believe my mom has seen him
I feel like that top hat thing is like a popular.
in the ghost story
Yeah.
world. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
who is this man?
Yeah, we might actually have to look up a story, look to see
Yeah.
that because I have read some things about seeing a Top Hat Man apparition like that.
Girl. Mm-mm. Shadow.
um, so that house, there's so many stories in that house, so many. We would always like have some sort of poltergeist activity whenever I was younger. Um, you could go in the kitchen and all the cabinet doors would be open, and as soon as you step in the kitchen, they'd all just close at once. Yeah. um, trying to think. I know I've heard like the microwave beep. I've heard that here too, actually. Like whenever some it like beeps like something was in there and it went off. I've heard that beep. Oh, you'd hear the toilet flush. Yeah, our toilet would flush. It would sound like somebody was just in there, but nobody was in there. Several times I went to look and I'm like, nobody's in the bathroom. Um, yeah, there's probably a lot more Top Hat Man. I do have one Top Hat Man story, but I want to get to the end of the stories in that house before I bring him back. So we'll get back to the Top Hat Man. So one time I remember I experienced my great grandmother touching me on my shoulder. So I was like somewhere between 12 and 14 years old, and I was laying in my bed on a Saturday morning sleeping in. And I'm a stomach sleeper. I love sleeping on my stomach. I've even passed that trait on to my kid. So my bed is right beside the door. So like the door's here and my bed was like right beside the door like this. And sleeping on my stomach, my head was turned away from my door, and I think it had to be like somewhere in the summer or something because I remember it was hot. So I didn't have any covers like up over my shoulders or anything like that, so my shoulders were exposed. And I don't as much anymore, but I slept with my door closed like 99 to 100% of the time, and I remember it being closed. And then the next thing I know, I hear Sarah as somebody shaking my shoulder, like shaking my shoulder. And they only did it once. I heard my name whisper, and the shoulder just like one push, one shake, push. However, I don't know how to explain that. Trying to explain it for the listeners, not
Yeah.
just the visual either. Anyways, so I'm just like, it's Saturday morning. I'm a teenager. I want to sleep in. And so I turned my head over facing the door, but with my eyes closed. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you want? Because it could be one of my sisters. I opened my eyes, and my door's cracked about like 3 or 4 inches. So I'm like, what? So I get up out of bed. I go stand in the hallway in front of that heater, and I look into the living room, and my mom is sitting in one chair, and my stepdad's sitting in the other. He's reading a newspaper. My mom, she's like probably doing a Sudoku or a word search or something like that. And I stand there and I'm like, what? Like, what do you want? And I don't remember if my stepdad noticed or anything, but I remember her looking up from doing whatever she was doing. She's like, what? Like, what do you mean, what? And, like, seriously asked her and drilled her, like, why did you wake me up? Learned, my sister's not there. It's literally just us three in the house. And I told her, I was like, you just shook my shoulder and said my name. What do you need? I wanted to sleep in. She's like, I've been sitting here. I haven't gotten up since, like earlier this morning or whatever. I was like, okay, that's freaky. And I think I woke up at that point. Later that day, my mom realized what that day was, which I just realized it's May. It happened in May. Sorry, we got really white.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What is happening?
The spirits, they're here to
Stop.
play. I think it's because this is white, maybe? And it's like, I think it did get better. Because I kept glancing over and seeing how white I was. Like, surely that's not just me being white. Because, I mean, I know I'm white, but jeez.
You being white.
Anyway, so I do remember what year or what day it was. And later on that day, my mom realized what that day was. And she told me it was the anniversary of my grandmother's passing that day. And it was a woman's voice. I knew it was a woman's voice. And it was the great grandmother who built that house. And she used to live next door and right next door to us. And I think she built that house too. So I was like, it had to be her. Like, who else could it have been? That's too ironic for it being like the anniversary of her death. And she made the best cinnamon rolls. I don't know if they were homemade or what, but she made the best cinnamon rolls ever. But yeah, so that was a really sweet story, but a little freaky too. Like, Sarah, you just hear Sarah. Yeah. I was just so casual. What?
What? I'm trying to sleep in.
Yes. To piggyback off that, and I do think I told this story, but I will tell it again in case you did not catch that episode. My other great grandmother, so that was my great grandma on my mom's dad's side, my grandpa's mom, maternal grandpa's mom. Now this is my maternal grandmother's mom. My great grandma on my mom's side. I mean, my mom's side. Anyways, so she passed away. She was 97 years young, and she is just so. I love her so much. I miss her. She is so funny. She'd have like I remember she had her purse one day. She came to my mom's hair salon. I was there, and I think she told like maybe she was digging in it and I was right behind her or something, and all she had in there was a checkbook, a nickel, and a tissue, and it's like this big purse like this, and I'm like, Grandma, why do you have just a tissue and a nickel and checkbook? Like, where's your other stuff? And I don't remember what she said, but it was she's so cute. Anyways, I had a dream one night that my grandma, her daughter, was pushing her around in a wheelchair, and we were in this house, and she made it upstairs somehow, like with the wheelchair, and she pushed her up to me, rolled her up to me, and told me, like, handed me this sweater that had cactuses all over it with red flowers. And I specifically remembered her telling me that she wants me to have this sweater with these cactuses and red flowers. And so that next day, I either texted my mom or called. I think I texted her and I was like, "Did Grandma have a sweater with cactus on it and red flowers?" And she's like, I'm not sure. I think so, but I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Nana." So, sure enough, she asked my grandma, and they found a shirt, not a sweater, a T-shirt with a shape of a heart made out of a cactus with red flowers on it. I was like, "How crazy!" So I have that shirt now, of course, but I was like. She came to me in my dream and told me she wanted me to have that shirt. Speaking of dreams, and spiritual ghost encounters and dreams, my grandpa came to me in a dream once. It was shortly after he passed away, and that one hit me hard. That one, yeah, that was tough. But I had this dream that I was back in like middle school, and we were going into the gym, and like I guess I went into the restroom or something, but the way that our restrooms were set up was kind of weird. So I went into like this first hallway of the restroom. It's not where anything's at. It's just like a hallway, brick walls between it or whatever. And I could see like a sparkling figure just standing there like talking to me, and I don't remember any of the conversation I had with him in the dream. And I don't think we're allowed to. Like, I don't think you're allowed to remember that kind of stuff. I think you're allowed to remember that it happened, but not specifically what was said. So I remember talking to him, and then, like, something happened where I had to go back out in the gym, and I remember I sat down in a line of kids, and I was sitting at the end, and I look, and the same time that I saw this next thing happen, my phone rang. So I look over, my phone in the dream rang, excuse me. I look over and I see like that sparkly figure just kind of, or like that figure turn into like more sparkles and then dissipate, like gone. And at that same moment, my phone rang and I looked at my phone in the dream and it said Papa Ralph, and I was like, oh, that's like him, saying goodbye or whatever. Y'all, I woke up and I got a phone call at that exact time that the phone rang in my dream because I could see the time on the phone. I think it was like 3:13 or something like that. I don't know who called me. It might have been like a random phone number or something. Like I think that's what it was a random phone number, but somebody called me at the exact same time. Like I didn't hear the phone ring, but it rang in my dream. It's just bizarre.
Hmm.
Yeah. That happened. My dogs have come to me in dreams. Um, so to close off, like stories that happened somewhere around that house, because the reason I like with that my grandpa with that house, um, he used to live out there on that property too, but the one who touched my shoulder, that was his mom. But so week that COVID hit, or like not necessarily hit, but got big in the U.S. Was the week of St. Patrick's Day in 2020, right? Excuse me. Um, I got sent home from work March 16th to be working from home, to start working from home. And the very next day, March 17th, my sister's house, which was my childhood home, where I had the top hat man, where I saw him, and like where all of my childhood ghost stories came from and everything, where the poltergeist, that house burnt down. And such a sad day. Like that was just terrible. But anyways, that night I knew I was going down there the next day on the 18th because it happened around lunchtime on St. Patrick's Day, and it just wasn't right for, like, I couldn't drive down there.
Yeah.
All hysterical and stuff. So that night, I slept on my couch because I literally took my closet and put it on my bed. Took my closet and my dresser, everything. I was finding clothes for my sister, for my nieces, and everything and stuff. So I was sleeping on my couch. And I woke up in the middle of the night. I sat straight up and I look over towards my hallway, which ironically was similar to the hallway at that house that burned down. And I see a top hat man standing there, and he just walks away towards my room and disappears towards my room. And I was looking this way and I looked slowly ahead, and I just lay back down and was like, okay. I felt at peace. Like that's what it felt like. I felt like I was at peace in that moment, even though something tragic just happened to my sister's family and my family. Um, yeah, I just felt at peace. And so I told my sister about it, and we both agree that it was like maybe the moment the last ash burned out or the last coal went cold and the top hat man was free. And because he was like communicating with me mostly, like I know my sisters and stuff saw him, but I really think that he communicated with me mostly. um I think that was the moment he was set free. Yep.
Mm-mm.
We're not wrapping up stories about that house yet. I got another one for you. So I don't I'm just gonna apologize now if you've heard this story a million times, but I'm gonna tell you again because there's people out there that haven't heard it, and I enjoy telling this story because it's part of me. But in 2010, I got really sick. I had bilateral pulmonary embolisms, and it sent me into a really like just I was sad, very sad. And I moved back home shortly before that happened. I think I was already living at home in this house that burned down. And my bedroom was like the garage that we converted. And so it was all the way on the other side of the house from the bathroom and from my mom's room and everything. So you had to walk all through the kitchen, the dining room, living room, then you get to the other side of the house. So there's so many times that like I would fall asleep on the couch and something would wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning. It always happened around 3:30, somewhere around there. Sometimes before then, at like between 2 and 2:30, and that's the witching hour.
Yeah.
And I would go to bed like normal, but like it was always there was probably a week straight I fell asleep on the couch and woke up every single night at that time and got to bed. Crazy. Um uh so some of those nights that like I was actually able to sleep in that room the whole time, I felt weird about that room. It was just like it felt dark to me. Just really dark. So one of the couple of nights that I was actually able to sleep in there, fall asleep in there, and stay asleep in there, I had like so many different dark shadows that I would see up in the corner of the room, and I don't know how to explain it, but like the vibe in there, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and the vibe in there was really dark, and the room had this like green glow, kind of like the matrixy green.
Hmm.
I don't know how else to explain that. And I had sleep paralysis a lot and would hear like tapping and sounds like squirrels maybe going through the walls or something like that, but it wasn't. Like you could tell because it was here and then it was here and then it was here, and it sounded like it was just like bouncing around. And I don't think that many squirrels are like awake
Yeah.
at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Um, so I heard a bunch of like scratching, like, and then it would jump over way over here, and I was like, literally, I'd just be laying there like watching the sound where it's at, and then get quiet, and I'm still watching it, waiting for it, and then I hear it over here, and I like jerk my head. It's just weird.
Mhm.
I'm a stomach sleeper, so I slept on my stomach a lot too, or during this time too. But I put a pillow over my head because it was like it felt cool. I'd let it get cool enough, and then I'd put it on top of my head so it would keep my head cool, and then take it off if I got too hot. Well, one time I had it on my head, and it felt like somebody just slowly started like pressing down on the pillow on my head, and it felt like somebody was sitting on me.
Oh God.
Yes, and couldn't move, couldn't get up. I tried to like lift my head up, it wouldn't work. It felt like sleep paralysis, but I don't know. I don't know.
Hmm.
Um, the one time I got up and like had to go to the bathroom, so walked in front of the mirror in my room and stood there and pulled my shorts down, like, cause I don't sleep with shorts. I like to just sleep in like a t-shirt and underwear, and it's just something too confining on my legs. Like just freaks me out. So I fell asleep in my shorts, and so when I went up in the middle of the night to go to the restroom, I was like, why am I still in my shorts? So I took them down, pulled them. Oh my god. So I pulled them down, and then when I stood up, I looked in the mirror, and it was like I got in a trance or something. My hair was in front of my face. I looked like from Samara from The Ring, and I stood there for a little while, and it felt like I was having an outer body experience. And then after I don't know how long of standing there, I finally like walked out, and it was like I was watching myself walk through the kitchen and watching myself walk through the hall and into the bathroom. I watched like this point I think I could see myself shutting the door like from my own personal body, and use the restroom and everything, and it was just weird. It didn't feel like I was in my it just felt like a shell, like my body was a shell and I was watching it or experiencing it from somebody else's point of view. Talking a lot. So then I wash my hands and I go to open my bathroom door, and it opens like this, and there's like a cabinet here, so you have to like open it before you can slip past to get out of the cabinet. So I opened it, but I opened it and like popped myself in the head, and I knocked myself out so hard that it threw me back. So I fell into the side of the bathtub, and it like woke me up. I came out of that trance or whatever I was in, and I hear them. My parents' bedroom, my mom's bedroom was right beside the bathroom, so I hear like them getting up and shuffling, and my stepdad comes and he opens the door and realizes that I'm not fully decent, and he shuts the door real quick, and he told my mom, she's on the floor, and I guess I assume that's what he told her. So she comes in there, she helps me up, and she gets me to my room, and she's like, "What happened? What happened? What happened?" And I just started bawling. I couldn't tell her. I didn't know. I didn't know what happened. I was so shooken up. And I did go to the hospital the next day, I want to say, just to make sure like I didn't have a bleed, because I was on blood thinners.
Oh,
And you know, if I hit my head too hard, I could bleed, have internal bleeding. But yeah, so that one was really intense. A lot of experiences back then, around that time period, and especially in that house, and
Mm-mm.
just I've had a Ouija board experiences. So my very first Ouija board experience, I don't know how old I was, but I was at my friend's house. Her name was Valerie. Well, we called her Valerie. That was her middle name. I guess it comes full circle, huh?
Right?
Because I think she was like my best friend. Anyways, so we were at her house, and I want to say she had like a slumber party for her birthday, and the next day, I was the only one there, like the only one waiting for my mom to get there or something. But we were gonna do the Ouija board that night, but we never did. So that next day, I'm like, I want to do the Ouija board. Like, you know, this is really intriguing. I've never seen one before in real life, and I really want to do it. So I start doing it by myself because she's in the kitchen helping her mom, like, clean up from the party and whatnot. So I'm just like, I'm not talking. I'm thinking of stuff. You know, I'm just kind of like just there. And then it starts moving, and I pulled my hands back and I stopped, and I was like, no, nope, because that was not me. Like, you can tell when it's you or not. And I didn't do it again the rest of that day. Then the next time I experienced the Ouija board, and again, I'm sorry if I told you guys this story and you've heard it before, just skip through if you want, but it's funny. Me and my other best friend at the time, well, not other best friend, but one of my other friends at the time were hanging out at her boyfriend's house. And, oh, Mama, I'm so sorry. I know you're listening, but I didn't partake. Neither did she. But we were at her boyfriend's house, and they were like all smoking weed and stuff. And I think I had to be like 16 because I was driving, but I didn't do any of that stuff, and she didn't either. So we were hanging out with them, and we had the Ouija board going. And it was late at night, and they had like this big like lantern. What is it? They had like one of those oil lamps or lanterns where you have the wick and the oil at the bottom or whatever. So we were like telling the spirits to make the flame go higher and make it dance and stuff like that. And it would. Like, it started like dancing and go higher and go down and stuff. And then they started like I think it was her boyfriend's dad and her boyfriend's brother, him, and then us. So like the boys were asking all kinds of questions like, what's your name? Where are you from? Like, how old are you? What year did you die? Or what year were you born? Stuff like that. So we got the story. I don't remember his name because it was so long ago. But I want to say something with a J. Jason or something. He was like 18, 19, 20 years old, somewhere around there when he died. Born in the late 1800s. And we asked like how he died, and he told us that his wife got pregnant, and he found out that she was cheating on him and didn't know if that was his baby or not. So he went and confronted the other guy, and the other guy ended up killing him.
Oh my God.
So that's the story we got from this. And so me over here just like, you know, they've been smoking, like, there's no way this is real. That's kind of a wild story. And so I was like, okay, well, let me ask you a question in my head. And if you answer it, then I'll know you're real. Like, because there's no way I believe this right now. So I asked the question in my head, because I was dating this guy at the time. I was like, what town is my boyfriend in? And he was out of town. And sure enough, it freaking spelled the town out. And I was like, what? Not even Sonia like, would have known that town or whatever. Like, she probably would have said it was like, close to San Antonio or something.
But you still asked it in your head, so.
And I asked it in my head. I was like, well, you know, at that point, I was just like, what? Like, it just blew my mind. I was like, y'all, I think I want to say like I started tearing up and like because that was my first true Ouija board experience. The one I had before, like I didn't let it go on any further.
Yeah.
So that was really, really interesting. Um, I've done several Ouija boards. One time in the house that burned down because this was back then. So, um, my cousin asked me if I could try to channel her grandmother through the Ouija board, and I was like, I can't promise that. It's not quite how it works. You can try. We can try, because I didn't know her grandma. It was on her mom's side, and so I was like, we can try, but I've never done this before, like done that before. We can try. Why do I have to be the way I am? We can try, we can try, we can try. Stop saying that, Sarah. This is a struggle, y'all. Anyways, um, so she comes out to my sister's house. I'm out there. My sister, our good friend Emily is out there. Hey, your birthday! It's her birthday too. Well, not exactly her birthday, but her birthday too. Shout out. We're 2 days apart. I don't know how many years. Not that many. Anyways, um, she came out with us too, and so me, my sister Emily, and my cousin get on the Ouija board. My cousin's freaking out. Like it takes like a bunch of courage enough for her to get on the ground with us, and then she built up as much courage as she can to like put her hands on it, and then she just couldn't do it. I think I asked one question and she just couldn't do it. She's like, can't do it. I'll just watch. Like I want to know, but I also don't want to like touch this.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right. I keep hitting this. I'm so sorry. She's like, all right. I'm like, all right. Let's go. So well, I start asking, the basic questions. Is there anyone here with us? That's pretty much how I started. Asked that multiple times. And then finally we got a response that yes, someone was here. And so I was like, wow, like can Caitlin's grandma come forward? Like blah blah blah. But it was not her grandma. So it starts moving and we're asking like what's your name? I wish I could remember what his name is, but he spells out his name and Emily just like she put her hand over her mouth and she's about to start crying. And me and April are like, what? Like, what's going on? Who is this? And then it dawned on, I think it took a second, it dawned on me in April that she lost her dad years before. And so we're asking, like, I think Emily starts asking questions at this point to, like, validate if it's him or not. I want to say that she asked, what's what's my mom's name or something like that. I don't know, but her dad starts coming through and legit she like starts spelling out and it's moving fast. Like I don't know, it was freaky. It was like there's no way that in the state of mind that Emily was, like how upset she was, because me and April wouldn't have known these answers, but like how upset, not upset, but like teary and stuff that she was getting. There's no way that she would have had that kind of thinking to move it that fast to go to her next thing. Letter. Words are not coming to me. So it would start spelling stuff out, and then she would say the word, and it'd slide over to yes, so they didn't have to spell it out anymore. Basically, the message she got was, that he loves them, and tell Sally that I love her, and I don't know. She was asking at that point, trying to ask yes and no questions. So that was like the most intense Ouija board I've ever experienced. It was really cool. Like super freaking cool.
It's freaky.
Yeah. Caitlin was over there crying. I'm over here crying. I'm like, I don't know why I'm crying. I think I'm just crying because you're crying and like I can feel the energy. I can feel the emotion. But yeah, it was really cool.
Ooh, no.
Yeah, I've done this Ouija board a couple times, but I haven't had anything come through on it. And I'm really sad about that. So if I have another Ouija board story later on, if I can get it
do
to
something
go.
to it, like
Huh?
put it in the moonlight or something.
Yeah, charge it or something. I might need to. I actually might need to
Do something on it.
Yeah, something.
A little something.
I got a couple more stories and then we can wrap it up. So, I think I told this one too, but that snow globe, it's the Jack Skellington one behind Valerie. Well, this one straight ahead from my finger with the purple bass. That one is a music box snow globe. It's got like a little thing you wind up on the bottom and it plays a beautiful song and it stirs up. Does it stir up? No, it doesn't stir up the stuff inside of it. You actually have to shake it. So I was living at the duplex before this house, and I hadn't been home all day, and I just got home from work. I was working at the spa, so it had to be like 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, pretty late. And I have a bar. I had a bar that separated, like this side's the living room and then that side's the kitchen, so you could see into the kitchen. And then right there on the other side of the bar was like the sink and the dishwasher and stuff. So I'm like, I gotta do my dishes. So I go straight to the kitchen and I start doing my dishes. And my hands are soaking wet. I've been doing the dishes for like 5 minutes now. And then I hear that song and I look up and the stuff inside of it is starting to settle. And I just freeze. I'm like, I live alone. It's me and my dogs. I just got home like 10 minutes ago. I've been doing the dishes for the last 5 minutes. What the heck? And that one was really creepy. Really, really creepy. So that snow globe is haunted.
Yep. Everything in here is haunted.
Yeah. Another story with that duplex and in that same spot pretty much was I have a voodoo doll. My dad got me a voodoo doll from New Orleans, and I had it hanging up on like the little sliver of wall right there, pretty much like above where the snow globe is. And this is years later, probably 3.5, 4 years later after the snow globe incident. Which ironically, I rented that duplex, and then I moved out, and then I got fortunate enough to be able to rent it again. So this is the second time I lived there. Anyways, I come home and I don't remember if I had just come home or had been home for a minute, but I passed by that corner or that little sliver of wall all the time. It's on the way from the kitchen or the living room to the bedrooms and bathroom and stuff like that. So I pass by there all the time, and I take note of that voodoo doll because like I always think to do something to make myself get money to it because you can do that kind of stuff. So I take note of it and it's hanging upright like regular. And then one time, like, I remember walking past it and then, like, it catching my eye, and I turned around and I looked, and it's completely upside down. Didn't I send y'all that video when it happened? I have the video. Don't know if I'll be able to find it for this episode, because this is, like, the third phone from that video. So I don't know if I'll be able to find it. I have it somewhere in my Google stuff, but it's been a while. But anyway, so like I tested it. There's a closet, like it's a corner wall, and so it's on the small side of the outside of that closet. And I'm over here, I'm like in the video showing you like I'm opening and closing this closet hard and like doing all the wind stuff and stomping around. There's no way this voodoo almost said Ouija board. There's no way this voodoo doll is turning on its own. Like it's completely upside down and nothing. It's like I cannot get this to budge. I cannot recreate this without force. I even like tried to barely like touch it to see if it like barely, wind, maybe a gust of wind, the AC kicking on or something. Nope. It was difficult. I was like, you literally have to like kind of manipulate it to turn it upside down. There's no way that this was a human that did this or anything like that. So that was really freaky. And it was beside like kind of this shrine I had for my grandpa. I wouldn't call it a shrine, but I had a bunch of his like little totems. He had a paperweight that looks like an anvil, a margarita shaker, a ring he made. He was a jeweler. His picture, and something else. I think that was his. Maybe a flower from his services. But it was all right there. Excuse me. Down from that voodoo doll. So I kind of had a thought that maybe that was his way of playing a prank on me. That reminds me of another story. Okay, so this one is pretty freaky. So, when my grandpa passed away, the one that I was just talking about, where I had all his stuff and I think it was him playing a trick. This is why I think it was him playing a trick on me, like joking. He was always a prankster, like a goofy, like jokester, I guess you could say, kind of like that. He was goofy. Um, but when he passed away, I came down there and walked through his house with my mom and my cousin, maybe one other person, maybe both. I think it might have been both my cousins actually. I think there was four of us. We were walking through the house and like checking out all the bedrooms and seeing like the kind of stuff that was in there. And he did pass away right whenever I got that duplex. When I was getting that duplex for the second time, moving out from my previous situation. So I was able to get some of his furniture because I had nothing, zero furniture, nothing. So we were going through the house and seeing what would be okay if I could take, like, you know, without a fight from anybody in the family. I don't remember if we were walking out of the room or walking into a room, but my mom and my male cousin, um, the younger one, the female cousin's brother, older brother, they were ahead of me and she was behind me, I want to say. But we walk in either in or out and I heard ha, like really loud, really really loud, and I turn around and I'm like, maybe I was in the back. I'm like, did y'all hear that? Nobody heard
Oh
it.
my
It was
god.
so loud. It made me jump, like
Yeah.
seriously jump, and I was like, what in the world? And it sounded like my grandpa. And I was like, pretty sure that Pawpaw just tried to scare me because I just heard him go, ah, like that really loud. And I keep wanting to call her my niece, but my cousin, she starts freaking out. She don't like it. So my mom's just laughing and she's like, he had to play a prank on you. He had to try to scare you. That's what he used to do. And I feel like something else happened. I think the lights stopped working, like kept going on and off. Like we couldn't get them to stay on. And I want to say something else happened there too during that night. I can't remember. But we were like, well, he's here. I guess that's his way of saying, I don't care if you take the couch because that was his way. He's going to make you feel scared about something. And then, nah, it's all right. But that was really, I enjoy that memory.
No. You would freak out.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was like he was right behind me. Ah!
Oh my gosh, I'd pee myself.
Yeah, you probably would have. Okay, and the last couple stories I got for you guys happened here in this house. So, um, my bedroom, there's like a little hall that goes into my bedroom, and then there's my bedroom, and then I have like the master bath that's in my bedroom. And so, it's tile throughout the whole house except for specifically the bedrooms. Well, I was laying in bed and I heard like going to my bedroom. Maddox is not here. It's just me and the dogs, and they're sleeping with me. And I hear it come like into my bedroom, and then it gets quiet for a second, and then it picks up into the bathroom like tick, 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 tick. It sounded like kids' footprint, like footsteps. So there's some little children in my house. I've heard that several times. Kids running through the house or making noises. Um, when the AC was out, there was one night it was so hot. It got so hot in the bedrooms. Like the living area was fine and anywhere that there was tile there was fine, but the carpet in rooms was horrible. So one night I it was so hot, so I blew up an air mattress and I slept out in the living room. And I had my feet closest to the kitchen door. It's kind of an open floor plan, so it wasn't like closed off or anything. And I'm laying there, and I can't remember if I was all way asleep or not. But well, I'm pretty sure I was asleep. But I was laying there, and
Probably.
yeah, probably.
Probably.
Zelda's cuddled up right beside me, and all of a sudden it sounds like something was like dropped or thrown or something in the kitchen. And even
Mm.
Zelda heard it. She's
Yeah, I think you were like laying in bed at least.
yeah, yeah. Um Zelda even heard it and we both just like sit up and look and I'm like, okay, what's in the kitchen? Like, well, that's knocking crap over. And I did look in the kitchen the next morning to see, because it sounded like something fell. And I looked, and I wasn't going to look right then. I don't care what our friends say about me. I'm not going to look right then unless it sounds like someone's breaking in. Most of the time, I just accept it and move on. Like, move on. you know? Like, if they're going to murder me, they're going to murder me. But anyways, so I didn't see anything knocked over. There was nothing out of place at all. It was just like, I don't know. It was weird. Um, Another time in my bedroom this time, and it was around 3:30 in the morning, and I did catch the time because I made I recorded a Snapchat video to Valerie and my sister, letting like documenting it. I'm like, I just want to document what just happened. So I looked at the time, and it was in that witching hour, but it sounded like something was thrown like in my room, and it hit the corner of the room and it fell down, and it was aggressive, like really aggressive. But I sat straight up in bed and was like, what the heck, and laid back down and recorded the video, went back to sleep. But I checked the next day and still nothing was out of place. You can
Mm-mm.
like, I don't know what it could have been. It's just poltergeist.
Mm-mm.
I've heard a knock on my wall, on my bedroom wall, on the outside, the wall that connects to the outside of the house, but the outside of the house is brick, and it sounded like it was an outside knock, like somebody was knocking from the outside. I'm like, how can I hear somebody knocking on brick?
Yeah.
Like, no. So I heard that.
Mm.
Have I told you any more that you can think of that I haven't said?
Yeah, I was trying to think. I feel like you have.
Well, I have like a ton more experiences, but I just can't remember all of them. There's so many.
Yeah.
They follow me around. Um, I do think that I had a sign from my old boss, like at the moment that she actually was passed away. Like, it was freaky to think about, but we worked together and we were in training. We started our work together too, so we were in training together, and I was with my ex at the time, but it's really rough. It was really rough. And the moment there was a moment in class where the lights like flickered pretty heavily. Like they went out and then came back on. It wasn't like just like a flicker, it was like they went out and then they came back on. And I'm pretty sure that was probably the only room that happened in. But I found out later, because I noticed what time that happened, but I found out later that day that my ex he stepped like in a hornet's nest or something, in a swarm of hornets. Like they swarmed him and he got stung several times. Like bees, okay? Bees stung him.
Mm.
And I found out later that it was like kind of the same time that the lights went out. Now, this is relevant because that was the day that I think that was, maybe it was the day that they found her. I don't remember if it was the day they found her or the day she actually, like, they think she passed away. But my old boss, she was at the coast at Crystal Beach, and her son was in the water, and she noticed a tide, like he got swept. A tide was taking him out. Not a tide, a current was taking him out, and so her and I think her cousin or somebody went out to save him. And from what I understand, she grabbed her son. When I say he was like 4 at this time, so she grabbed her son and turned around and like handed him off to her cousin or whatever, but she got swept out to sea, and she ended up drowning, and they found her like a couple miles down the beach. So it was either like the day that she passed or the day that they found her, because they didn't find her right away. She, of course, with all the tide and stuff. um but the reason why it's relevant that that moment happened that day was because her spa, the one that I worked at that I knew her from, was Bee's Hive of Therapy Day Spa. And so I just thought it was like ironic and maybe her way of saying, like, you know, get away from this situation. He's no good because he's the bees. It was just all the bees and
Yeah.
then the lights flickering at the same moment. It's like, Like I feel like it was her giving me that message, letting me know that, hey, yeah, that's me. I'm giving you this message. Sorry.
For real.
So, I had experiences at the other spa that I worked at. The there's a spa out here in this town, and we would close, and the blankets you would like, I don't know what material that is, maybe fleece or something, but if you pet it one way, it looks nice, but then you go the other way, you can see like
Yeah.
fingerprints, finger stripes, and handprints and stuff like that. Well, so I always made sure, like, whenever I finished my room for the night and put, changed, made sure all the sheets were good and everything, I would make sure it was all facing the same way because it drove me crazy. Like, it's also kind of unprofessional if you have like messed up sheets the first thing in the morning. Like, it's one thing if it's throughout the day and you could tell, like, oh, they're just in a hurry, they're straightening their sheet out or their
Yeah.
blanket out. But so I would close, and then I had to open the next day and go and turn all the lights on. So I went in that room knowing that I was the last one in there, and turn the lamp on, turn around to walk out and see. That scared me. Holy cow. Did that scare you? You
Not
saw
like
it.
you.
So, oh my god. Get out. Go. Anyways, so I was walking out, and sure enough, I saw a set of like handprints on the bed, and I'm like, or table. I was like, no, 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 no. I know I smoothed this out. I smoothed this out last night. I know I did. um, I also heard my name get called in there. That like we had a couch and like a kind of like my pink chair out there. I guess what kind of chair? Like an armchair? Is that what you would call it?
Yeah.
Like an armchair that you could sit in, and then there was the front desk. So like I was sitting in that armchair, and you could see, like, from the armchair you could see the door to the break room. And then the front was this way, and then somebody was sitting up here at the front desk, and then somebody was sitting on the couch. So I was the only one that could see this way, like back where the break area was. And I heard my name, somebody call my name, like whisper, Sarah, from that way. And I look, and the door's just slowly closing. Like, it didn't close all the way, but it was just slowly closing. And we usually try to keep that door shut, but it was open. I remember it was open for some reason, but not anymore. Heard my name, look over. I didn't make that noise, but and I just like turned and looked back at everybody, and I was like, "We're the only ones here, right?" Everybody looks at me like, "Yeah." Like, it was slow. I don't remember. Probably a Monday,
Yeah.
because Mondays were slow. And so I just like looked back over, and I looked back at them, and I was like, I heard my name, looked over, and the door started closing, and they all start freaking out, like super crazy. I heard voices all the time in that spa.
Dang.
Now let's think. Do
My
I have
nose
any?
picked off all my nail polish.
I know I've been watching you. Like, because you're anxious from the stories, or just because you're not talking?
No, 'cause I was like, your story's gonna creep me out.
So you're just trying to be like,
That's my anxiety.
yeah. But yeah, I like I said, I have a ton more stories where those came from. I just would have to remember them, and
Yeah.
it's almost like something has to trigger a memory for it. Because
Yeah.
that's what I did. I made a list. I have my little tablet here, and I made a list of like bullet points for the ones that I could remember, and I knew that some of those would have little side stories, but I don't know. Let me know if y'all liked that. If and let us know in the comments. Head over to our Facebook, send us a message. Let us know if you liked hearing these personal stories of spooky encounters.
My girl's haunted.
I am haunted. They follow me. They really do.
My mom said the same thing about her. They follow her, and I'm like, nothing better than follow me. Y'all can have it. I don't want it.
I like it.
You can have
It
it.
makes me happy. Like, I don't know, just knowing. I
Mhm.
guess just knowing that like there's more after we die.
Mm.
You're like,
Nuh-uh.
like,
Not
that's cool and
today.
all, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Good stories, but no.
Do you have any experiences?
I don't know. I had like this one thing happen at the dorm me and my friend were at, but I don't know if it was like real or not.
Yeah.
But afterwards, we were like Googling it, and it said that that dorm was haunted. So I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But like we were on the third
You
floor.
might need to get closer.
Okay, so you know TJC, and you know that TJC, right?
TJC.
TJC. You know TJC.
Yes.
There's on the left side. There's a dorm that's kind of like down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, we were at
I
that
walked
one.
by those.
Yeah, and those are supposedly haunted. But we were on the third floor, and right there before they built that nurse place, whatever, it was just nothing but woods. So it was
Oh,
nothing but woods
yeah.
there, and we were facing the road, and so we had our dorm room like kind of split in half, where each of our beds were on the wall, and then in the middle were a desk and dresser and stuff. So we kind of split the room in half,
Mhm.
and I was like facing the window, and she was facing the wall that had the door, and so we're just laying there, and then with our eyes closed, both of us, we like saw a flash, like when you see like a bright flash
Yeah,
of like
you can
lightning
see
or
it.
something.
Yeah.
But like I turned over, and then she's like, "Did you just take a picture of me?" I'm like, "No, I thought you took a picture of me." And we got up, we're like, "No," and then we had blinds, and we were like looking out there, like maybe. But we were on the third floor, like
Yeah.
and like cars pass all the time. It wasn't like headlights or anything. It was just like a flash, and we are just like, what happened? And that's when we were like started like googling and stuff. But like that was about it. Like it was just like we saw a flash with our eyes closed.
Yeah, that's pretty freaky, especially
What
since
is
you
that?
both saw it.
Yeah, like, it was like so close. We thought we were taking pictures of each other.
Yeah, that's funny. Did you just take a picture of me?
I'm like, I thought you took a picture of me. But no, nothing else really. I don't think so. I don't allow it.
That's hilarious.
Everybody else in my family got stories, but not me.
Except for your car story now, I guess.
Oh yeah, Sarah haunted my car now. So
Oops. It's the children. They're just having fun.
it better not be no children. Better get on my car. Messing up my songs.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, I don't think. Nope, not me. Everybody else, not me. Nope.
No sir, no ma'am.
No.
Interesting.
Unless I blocked it out.
Yeah,
Like
you
everything else.
that's what a lot of people, I think they just block it out. Like Christian.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real. He's like, nah.
Mhm.
I used
You
to be
don't-
like that too, like no scary movies, but I got over it.
Yeah. I like the scary movies.
Yeah, like I would love to watch them, and then I would get scared. So I was like, no more scary movies.
Yeah.
So for a while I didn't, but I was like, I'll be okay. Because have you ever seen the original Poltergeist?
I don't know.
You don't know? That would be a good story too, because I used to watch it as a kid, but when they were making the movie and stuff like that, like a lot of people died.
Oh yeah, I heard
Yeah.
that. Yeah, that would be a good story.
Yeah, I was like, you scared me.
Did he say something?
I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll wrap up today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. All my stories of being haunted, and I'm telling you, I've got a lot more. So if you did enjoy it and you want to hear more stories, just let me know. I can talk to my mom because most of them I've told my mom, so I can talk with her and she can give me some more,
Yes.
like help me refresh my mind. So let us know in the comments down below on our YouTube channel, or you can go to our Facebook page, The Radiant Girls Podcast. Leave us a message, drop a comment on one of our posts.
Tell my girl happy birthday.
Happy birthday, me.
Happy birthday. Spooky stories.
So as you guys probably know and figure out, we record these a little ahead of time, so we have time to edit. So Val has time to edit it and get all that stuff. So by the time you hear this, my birthday will have already passed. But at the time of recording, my birthday's not here yet, and I'm going to dig for arrowheads on my birthday. I'm so excited.
More
So
haunted stuff.
yes, more haunted stuff.
There's
Yes.
some haunted artifacts in here.
And I'll be at the ground where like most of my stories came.
I've
So
found
if
some
I do have
bones.
some more stories, maybe I'll be in the comments section or
Yeah, I
something.
should go because I am Native American and they don't haunt me. I'm like 40 something percent.
40 something percent. Oh my gosh. Well, you'll be gone. But that would be so cool. You're so welcome to come.
One
But
day.
I was, huh?
So one day.
One day, yes. But I was gonna say that if I do find something really, really cool and interesting, we'll post some pictures in here. I'll put some pictures so Val can put them, insert pictures. If I don't find anything, I'll put. I know Vincent's gonna find something, so I'll put his finds in here at the very least. But if I don't find anything, I did want to let you guys know that my sister and her husband run a pay dig. Shout out to Gilligan's Pay Dig. If you're interested in Native American artifacts and arrowheads and all that kind of really cool stuff, go look on their Facebook. There's a Facebook group, Gilligan's Pay Dig. Huh?
So we can link it too.
Yeah. And check it out in the description. Check it out. They're like really awesome couple, and they've been running this pay dig for a little bit now, and very knowledgeable on their artifacts and stuff. And if they don't know, they will help you find out. And that group has a lot of very knowledgeable people, and it's just really, really cool and interesting just how the different like pieces. There's some paleo pieces in there, and that dates back 9 to 10,000 years ago. So, like I said, if I do find something, I'll share my finds with you guys, and if not, at least there's that shout out. So if you are interested, they run pay digs, and you can get information from their Facebook page.
Yep, in Tejas.
Yeah, it's right here in Central Texas. So, yeah, they have people come from all over. Just FYI, they have Florida people come. I know they've got Ohio people that have come. I want to say somebody's come from Washington State. I could be wrong about that, but I want to say that there was somebody from like really far, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So people they fly and they come from all over. So it's a really cool place if you have, some time. And they run digs throughout the whole week, and they're starting night digs. That's what I'll be doing. We'll see how that goes.
That'd be nice in the summer.
Yeah, in the summer for sure. You can camp. We're camping out there, so hit them up.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Oh gosh.
That was my Marilyn
Impression.
You're welcome.
Huh?
You're welcome.
Oh yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Take her.
You're welcome. I'll be your Marilyn. What is the scariest thing you think you could see? I'm curious. That don't have to be the question, but I'm curious.
Like supernatural wise, or just in general?
Like, is it supernatural?
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Like on the lines of ghosts and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be supernatural.
Supernatural sounds really fake. I guess I'm like thinking of a TV show or something.
Yeah, you're because people do that.
Yeah.
It's, paranormal and
Paranormal. Sounds
but
better.
that's why you can't specify paranormal, because there are some things that are supernatural, not paranormal, like
We're going-
werewolves.
No, we're not doing that kind of supernatural.
Did you not see that picture outside of that zoo of that werewolf looking thing that the some zoo
yeah,
caught?
they're like, what is this?
Yeah. Do you think it's real?
I didn't. I just glanced at it. I didn't. I didn't look that hard. I was like, ha. Like, this is stupid.
Keep going.
It's perfect.
Do you know what the spookiest, scariest thing would be for you?
Anything?
Shame.
I don't want to see nothing. Like, what if you saw like a demon?
So, I mean,
That
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
be
sure I
spooky for
probably
you?
have already seen a demon. I don't know. I mean, what would this demon look like?
A demon? Evil? Not good. Evil.
I don't know that would be the scariest thing.
That would not be scary to you.
Not really. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like freaked out, but I don't know if it would be the scariest thing I've ever seen.
What if you were like?
You know, it would be the scariest thing
What?
for me, and I don't know that this is like, this is probably not supernatural, paranormal, anything like that. But you've seen Saw, right?
Yes.
So you know how he tortured somebody with those needles, like was it a pit of needles, syringes?
He like threw her in the syringes, or him, her.
That'd be like if I was hovering over that with barely like a rope hanging on to me. That'd be the scariest moment,
It's
scariest
not
thing.
what I was going for.
I know, but like that popped in my head for some reason, and I was like, that'd be
Any
scary.
of those freaking When remember, I think that same one where he put his wrist in the thing.
Yeah,
and
it was
trying
his
to take
in-
him out.
yeah,
Why'd you put both of your hands in there, stupid?
I know, right?
That
That
could have like pushed.
yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
You
that
did
was
it to yourself, so you probably deserved it.
yeah, yeah. Okay, scariest thing.
Paranormal, like normal, nothing.
I don't know. I mean, like, if I knew what the devil could possibly look like, seeing the devil, maybe.
But isn't he supposed to look fine?
Like Lucifer. Oh, he's so
Kind
fine.
of, yeah.
I don't
Is
know.
that how it goes? He'll come back looking hot. Not
No
literally.
pun intended. I don't know, cause like I don't know that a demon would probably like a black-eyed kid, a black-eyed child. I think that probably would be the scariest
Oh,
thing
children,
for me.
anything.
Yeah, any kind because I was like usually demons appear in innocent roles. Like if you like the black-eyed children or something
Yeah.
like that. That's usually they're going to appear innocent to lure you in. But yeah, probably a black-eyed child or demon posing as a child
Oh yeah.
or skinwalker.
Um, what if like someone was possessed? Like,
Like Annalise.
yeah.
Were you counting?
That was what she did in the movie.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She was haunted by 6 demons and Lucifer or whatever.
I don't know that that would be the scariest. Yeah, unless it was a child.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if that says anything about me or not.
Yes,
Like,
it does. I couldn't do any of it.
I don't know. I think I'd be the one to try to help them. If it wasn't a child, if it was a child, I'd
them.
probably be really freaked out. Especially if their eyes went solid black.
Oh no, no, no.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think those will.
I told you I like seeing ignorant and to the world of the bad things and my
Yeah.
innocent little place. in my head.
Ignorance is bliss.
It is. It
Mhm.
literally is.
Mhm.
Literally scared of everything.
But yeah, here we are doing these kind of stories.
I know.
And you're so willing to do the Ouija board with me too.
Surprisingly. So
Yeah.
I like said I never would.
Really? Oh, I feel so honored.
Yeah. I trust you. Like I told Shauna, I was like, she's not gonna bring the demons.
No. No. No.
Mhm. Better not.
No. 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 No.
So that was like what, the second time? Because I think
Yeah.
I do it because like I feel like nothing's gonna happen. I think if something happened, I'd freak out.
Yeah, you probably would. Yeah. Yeah, you really need to be here like at late. Like it's
But
really
I
good.
wonder if anything would even happen with me because I'm like ignorant. As
So not receptive
Yeah.
to it maybe.
All right, everyone. So thank you for listening to this episode of our haunted stories. Y'all tell her happy birthday everywhere. Okay, just make sure you tell her. And as always,
Stay curious. I started to inhale my spit, but I stopped.
Oh,
I'm
no.
good.
Anyway.
Try to swallow it. That's what she said.
Oh
Oh my
god.
god. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's what she said.
Go ahead.